All right. Hi, Ken.
Hey, Kris.
Good to see you today. We are on episode 4 of our video series, and our topic is e-commerce checkout page. So most B2B companies aren't really trained to think about all the important details regarding a good digital checkout experience. Can you walk us through some critical items you see often missing on a B2B checkout page?
Yes, and this is really going to go back to expectations of customers coming into your industrial website. The expectations of customers, regardless of whether they're an engineer or they're in procurement, the expectations that they have in the functionality and design and the usability of your website are long defined by B2C experiences. They don't care if you're an industrial company. They still expect things like one-click buy, for instance. They have expectations that your search function has type ahead, that you can easily access information and most importantly, convert into something that they want to do anyways. Why shouldn't they have that expectation? So get rid of all the friction. There's a lot of friction in these experiences that are at critical buying moments that you need to capitalize on because they're too precious. They're too precious because a customer is taking their time to identify products that they want to purchase from you, enter into a cart and a shopping experience, checkout experience. And if you fail them there, don't go someplace else. Don't give them that chance. Make sure that you think about improving your conversion rates, not from the top down, rather from the bottom up. Look at those individual experiences that get into a cart and optimize the heck out of those. Get rid of things like CAPTCHA, for instance. I've got a fix for that, by the way. But guess what? Those CAPTCHA pictures and experiences, they don't help. I don't know if that's a stop sign or a bus or a truck. I have no idea. Customers hate them. And I still see them all the time in industrial experiences because they've been put in place for so long. You've got to pivot. You have to do something different. Most importantly, it just goes back to get out of the way. You've got to have a utilitarian approach to the functionality and the usability of your websites, especially in industrial. Customers want to get in and get out, which means you got to remove all those barriers of friction that are keeping them from achieving what they want to do, which is just get on with their day.
That's right. I know in our world, the B2B customer is looking for their job to be made easier, and the checkout process has to be one of those easier areas for them. So what's one item that, if corrected today, could lead to a better customer experience and positively impact online conversions at the checkout?
I'm going to give you 2, Kris. The first one, make sure that your website is coded in a way that you're pre-populating every form field possible on behalf of customers. Doesn't matter if they're using Chrome or Firefox or Edge. Just make sure that you're pre-populating those fields for those customers because that's one less thing for them to do. And as web users today, we're all pretty spoiled. If another company puts in another hurdle in front of me between what I want to achieve and I know that they want me to do, why make me do that? So make sure you're doing things, just little things like that, pre-populate forms. And the second thing is, I mentioned CAPTCHA, get rid of it. Get rid of those CAPTCHAs. We understand the business requirements as to why we have those in place because you don't want to get spam. You don't want to have robots filling out forms. Well, guess what? Here's the fix. There's a simple code-based solution. Talk to your IT folks, and it's called Honeypot. And just for the users out there, this is what it is. If you have a form that is 5 fields, first name, last name, company, whatever it is, there's a 6th field that's hidden to the user. It's behind the scenes. It's part of the code. And what happens is when robots are coming through, anything that fills out that 6th field, it was done by a robot. You know that because it was never presented to the user visually on the screen anyways. Boot them. Get rid of all that data. So that's an easier solution as opposed to putting in the hurdle of knowing a stop sign or whether it's a bus or a truck via those CAPTCHA pictures. Get rid of those because customers don't like them either.
Yeah, great advice. I can tell you that many customers in a B2B site are going to be logging in, and certainly there's a lot of information that you can default in the checkout process to help them as well. So in addition to the form fills from the browser, if you have data related to their login, let's use it in that checkout process to make it that much easier. Good stuff, Ken. Thank you.
Thanks, Kris.